Torching a pastor's church after he threatened teachers with a machete.
I will apologise, but I'm not going to be intimidated and say I must say nothing because I'm a minister now.
Keeping up the fight, but promising to apologise if Miss South Africa Chidima Adachina is indeed South African, as she claims. And when is enough for Jacob Zuma? He's just lost again in court. Hello, I'm Jane Dutton.
This is Eyewitness News.
As if we need another sign that there's something very wrong in this country, it's this. Well-known pastor Pastor Mboro threatened teachers at Matsidiso Primary School in Katlehong with a machete. He was there with two other armed men to take his grandchildren home yesterday. And then this happened today.
So the church of controversial pastor Pastor Mboro has been set alight here in Katlehong, and you can see what seems to be the chairs inside, and the entire structure just gutted in flames, of course, following that incident yesterday at the Matsidiso Primary School.
We would like to thank the community, the information which they have provided to us as we worked closely with the community, and we're in a position to can make these collaborations and come where we are, as currently we have a total of 5 people in custody.
It's understood the children were caught in a dispute between their maternal and paternal families, which resulted in the pastor forcefully removing his grandchildren. The Gauteng Education Department says the maternal grandmother tried to prevent the father from collecting the kids from school.
They are all vetted, and we do our due diligence on each contestant to ensure all documentation and so on is correct.
That's the CEO of Miss South Africa confirming that a thorough vetting process was taken when choosing the contestants for Miss South Africa. Hopefully that'll shut down the hatred finalist Chidima Adachina has faced on social media. A furore has erupted over her participation in the pageant in light of her Nigerian heritage from her father, despite claims that she was born in this country. Sports, Arts and Culture Minister McKenzie says he'll apologise if it's proven she has legitimate South African citizenship.
I don't know if she's South African or not, but as a leader, I must investigate. It's going to be embarrassing for the country. And if she's South African, we must apologise that we, the people, I'm one of them that cast aspersions. Maybe if she thought I cast aspersions by asking, I will apologise. But I'm not going to be intimidated and say I must say nothing because I'm a minister now.
Deja vu for Jacob Zuma as he appeared in court today along with his daughter Durizile Zuma Sambudla. The Supreme Court of Appeal has dismissed a second bid from the former president to overturn the setting aside of his private prosecution against President Cyril Ramaphosa. Hours before the ANC's December 2022 National Elective Conference kicked off, Zuma served Ramaphosa with a summons for a private prosecution on charges of being an accessory after the fact to contraventions of the NPA Act, which he has accused State Advocate Billy Downer of in separate proceedings. Zuma has accused Ramaphosa of failing to act on a complaint against Downer, who's the lead prosecutor in his arms deal corruption case. The case was reviewed and set aside by a full bench of the High Court in Joburg last year. Zuma is trying to overturn that ruling. The police ministry says law enforcement officers have a right to defend themselves following the killing of 8 people in Khayelitsha, suspected of planning a robbery. Last night, police approached a group of would-be robbers in the Cape Town township. Police say the group fired at them and they retaliated, killing 8 of them.
After the shootout, police confiscated an assortment of firearms comprising 7 AK-47 rifles, 2 R5 rifles, an R4 rifle, 2 pistols, as well as an assortment of rounds of ammunition.
DA Federal Council Chair Helen Ziller is standing by her view that the current formation of government is a coalition of parties rather than a government of national unity. She says a true government of national unity would contain a party with an outright majority and would not exclude some parties as it currently does.
But if there's any cause for friction, it is because some people in the ANC, I'm not saying all, think that we are there by grace and favor of the ANC. We are not.
Remnants of Russia's 2022 invasion continue to haunt the people of Moshyn, northern Ukraine. Situated just outside Ukraine's capital of Kyiv, the small village was heavily targeted by Russian forces in the early days of the war. The Battle of Moshyn lasted more than a month. Its 2,500 residents found themselves at the heart of a series of air raids and ground attacks, claiming the lives of 15 residents and 142 soldiers. Our reporter Oren Singh is there, and he got the story.
It's been 2 years since Ukrainian University professor Olena Shumakova fled her city of Bucha with her daughters and husband. For the first time since the war, she returned to her once besieged city, only to be haunted. Speaking to EWN at a monument dedicated to those killed in the Bucha massacre, she explained how hard it was during the invasion.
7 days not food, 7 days not water, not help. Russian soldiers walking around the house.
Shumakova says many people from Bucha who fled don't want to return because of the trauma that comes with being back home.
And now the race to the White House can really begin. Kamala Harris has chosen her running mate. It is Governor Tim Walz from Minnesota. Harris will hold her first rally with her running mate in Philadelphia today. See you for more again tomorrow.
Eyewitness News, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, log on to ewn.co.za or ewn.mobi.